Hello students, in the previous videos we discussed about the active passive sentence and then we discussed the present tense. Today we will discuss the past tense. For this our first example is he wrote a letter. Which past tense is this? Let's see. He is the subject, wrote is the second form of the verb, and a letter is the object. Subject plus verb's first form plus object. This denotes the present indefinite tense. So now let's change this active sentence into a passive sentence. He wrote a letter. Our first rule says change the subject into object and object into subject. So our new subject will be a letter. Our rule number 2 say we need to judge the tense first. We have already checked which tense is this. This is this is past indefinite tense. So we will choose the be form now. In past we have two forms, that is was and were. A letter was or were. So now we will see rule number 2 also say that we need to check the new subject. According to the new subject we need to add the be form. We have selected two be forms. As in past there are two be forms, a letter, was or were. As we know that a letter is a singular. So here we will add only was. A letter was. Then rule number 3 says add the verb's third form. The third form of wrote is written. A letter was written. Then rule number 4 says add by and then the new subject. He will change to him. As I change to me, he changes to him, she changes to her, they changes to them, we changes to us. So a letter was written by him. I hope this is clear to you. It is very easy. We have just changed the subjects. Then we checked the tense. Tense was past indefinite. Then we selected the two forms from here, was and were. But with a letter we can use only was. So was written here. Then written by the rule number 3, verb's third form, then by, then him. Okay, let's see the next tense. Subject plus was or were, which are the helping verbs, then verb's first form plus ing plus object, the letters. So which tense is this? Subject plus was or were plus verb's first form plus ing plus object. This is the past continuous tense. So we will see how we can change the past continuous tense to the past continuous active sentence to the passive sentence. Our first rule, subject changes to object and object changes to subject. So our object here is the letters and it will become the subject. The letters. Okay. So our rule number 2 says check the tense. We have already checked. This is the past continuous tense. We can add here was or were, but as you know the letters here it was only a letter, here the letters, it is plural. So instead of was we need to add here were. The letters were. So we know that according to the rule we need to add the being, because be form in continuous tense used is being. The letters were being, then verb's third form which is written, then by, then new object. I hope this is clear to you. We change the subject into object, object into subject, very easy. Then here we had was, but here we had the plural's new subject, that's why we added were. Then we need to add the be form. In continuous we use been, whether it is past continuous or it is present continuous, we add been. Then verb's third form, then by, then him. Okay, let's see our next tense. Subject plus had plus verb's third form plus object. Which tense is this? Subject plus had plus verb's third form plus object. This is past perfect tense. Past perfect tense. So we will change this active sentence into a passive sentence. Subject changes to object, object changes to subject. A letter. Here we have had, and in past perfect we have also add had. A letter. Then we need to choose the be form. In perfect we use been. A letter had been. Then verb's third form, written. Then by. Then him. I hope this is clear to you. We changed the subject into object and object into subject. So our new subject became a letter. Here it was written had. At passive also we use had. Then be form. Here we have selected be form because in perfect we know that we use been. Then verb's third form, written, then by, then him. I hope you are all aware of now how to change past active sentence into the passive sentence. Please practice these. Thank you very much.